Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be listing off my 15 questions heading into this Sunday's Indianapolis 500. Number 1. Can Takuma Sato repeat with a new team? After winning the 101st running of the Indianapolis 500 with the Andretti team, Takuma Sato has switched rides to the number 30 Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing team, and we'll see if Takuma Sato can do it again, this time in a different car. Number 2. Munoz Momentum. After an impressive run in 2013, his rookie year at the Indianapolis 500 finishing second, and then the year later in 2014 coming back and finishing fourth, and another second place finish in 2016. Carlos Munoz always looks like a threat at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and this year in a one-off ride with the Andretti team, we'll see if Munoz could win and potentially make this into something more. Number 3. Can AJ Foyt get back to victory lane? The last time AJ Foyt or one of his cars was in victory lane at Indianapolis was in 1999 when Kenny Brack won the race. Now with a 3-car assault of rookie Matheus Lace, former Indy 500 winner Tony Kanaan, and a 3rd car of James Davison, who had an impressive run filling in for Sebastian Bourdais last year in the number 18 Dale Coyne Racing car. We'll see if one of the 3 Foyt cars can get AJ back to victory lane in Indianapolis. Number 4. Power's checklist. Will Power has 51 career poles, 33 career wins, and 1 championship in the Verizon IndyCar Series. That leaves one thing left on his checklist, the Indianapolis 500. With a runner-up finish in 2015, Power looks to add the one last thing to his already great IndyCar career with the Indianapolis 500 trophy. Number 5. What will James Hinchcliffe's role be? After being bumped out of the field during qualifying on Saturday, and just this Wednesday saying they will not look for a ride for him, many people are wondering what will James Hinchcliffe's role be in the race on Sunday. Will he just sit on the pit box to help teammates Robert Wickens, Jay Howard, and Jack Harvey? Or will he potentially move up to the ABC booth to help out that broadcast after what was considered to be a bad run these 2 qualifying days from them? If it was up to me, I'd like to see James Hinchcliffe in the booth, giving his insight to the fans at home considering he was just in this car on Saturday. This could help ABC have one last hurrah broadcasting the 102nd Indy 500 before they move to NBC next year. Number 6. Can Robert Wickens get his first career IndyCar win in the biggest way possible? After coming so close at St. Petersburg and coming so close again at Phoenix, Robert Wickens looks to pull an Alexander Rossi and get his first career IndyCar win in the biggest way possible by winning the 102nd Indy 500. We'll see if he can pull it off, or if this will be more heartbreak for Robert Wickens this season. Number 7. The manufacturer battle. If we look at qualifying, there are 10 Chevys and 2 Hondas in the top 12. We'll see if Honda can figure something out, or if they just have the race pace, or if Chevy will keep up the domination at the Indianapolis 500. Number 8. Bourdais' revenge. After being on what looked to be a pole-winning qualifying run last year, Sebastian Bourdais crashed his car coming out of turn 2, which set off multiple injuries where he had multiple fractures to his pelvis and a fracture to his right hip. We'll see if Bourdais will be drinking the milk in victory lane at the same place last year where he stood on pit road with crutches watching the race and James Davison in his car. Number 9. Safe and sound, Scott Dixon wants to stay on the ground. After winning the pole for the 500 last year, Scott Dixon seemed to be everyone's favorite to win the 101st Indianapolis 500. But things did not go to plan as Scott Dixon was involved in a wreck with Jay Howard, where he went flying into the infield catch fence and ending his chances to win another Indianapolis 500. Scott Dixon has won the Indy 500 in the past, and we'll see if this year he can do what everyone thought he could do last year. Number 10. Will the Andretti curse be broken? In 1969, Mario Andretti won his first and only Indy 500. Ever since then, there has not been a driver with the last name Andretti in victory lane after the Indianapolis 500. Michael tried multiple times and had very good attempts, but couldn't get the job done. And Marco lost that nail-biter back in 2006 to Sam Hornish Jr., where Marco's father, Michael, finished 3rd in the race. Now let's see if Marco can break the Andretti curse this year and get a win in this 102nd Indy 500. Number 11. Hildebrand's redemption. In 2011, in his first start at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, J.R. Hildebrand was coming off a turn 4 passing a lap car where it looked like he was going to win, but he ended up putting it into the wall. And then Dan Weldon, coming out of nowhere, came flying by, and J.R. Hildebrand ended up finishing 2nd, with Weldon getting the win. Ever since that day in 2011, J.R. Hildebrand hasn't been able to take a breath without hearing about that race. Now this year, in his number 66 Dreyer Reinbolt machine, we'll see if Hildebrand can get what he almost had back in 2011 with a win here at Indy. Number 12. Carpenter cashes in. If you look at the list of Indy 500 pole winners, everyone that has 3+ poles at Indy has won the Indianapolis 500 at least once, except for one person, and that's Ed Carpenter. With this year in 2018, where he got his 3rd career Indy 500 pole, we'll see if Carpenter can finally cash those 3 poles in and get a win here at Indy to send all the fans in Indy into possibly the loudest sound that you'll ever have heard at a racetrack. Number 13, Danica's door closes. As Danica Patrick's racing career allegedly ends this Sunday at the Indianapolis 500, Danica looks to end her career the way that day in Montague ended, with her getting a win at a place she's been very strong in the past and has been very competitive as she looks to win at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Number 14, Helio Castroneves goes for 4. Throughout the history of the Indianapolis 500, only 3 drivers have won the Indianapolis 500 4 times. AJ Foyt, Al Unser Sr., and Helio's spotter for the race, Rick Mears. Helio Castroneves looks to make history to become the 4th man to win this race 4 times. If we just look to the recent past, Helio finished second to Takuma Sato, and in 2014 he finished second to Ryan Hunter-Reay. Now we'll see if Helio can better his position by 1 spot from last year and win his 4th Indianapolis 500. And number 15, what kind of racing will we get? With the new aero kit, everyone's wondering what kind of race this will be. Will it be like last year's race, where everyone was real close and it looked like it was easy to pass? Or will it be like 2011, where the field got spread out and it seemed like only a couple cars could pass? If we listen to drivers coming out of the practice sessions from these couple of weeks, it seems like the front 2 cars will be able to pass each other left and right. But it seems like if you're probably from 7th back, it's going to be a hard time trying to get up through the field. And that'll do it for my 15 Indy 500 questions. Leave your thoughts about the 102nd Indianapolis 500 in the comments section below. Thanks for watching.